Nwanne. Hi, Nwanne. I'm Uzo.
And I'm Ugo.
And we are the G Girls. And welcome to another episode of Studio Medicine.
Nwanne.
I'm Uzo, the Ada.
And I'm Ugo, the Olo.
And we are the G Girls. Come take a look into our vibrant world. We are sisters.
And not just any sisters,
but Igbo sisters with passions for our beautiful culture.
We'll be interviewing your favorite Afro creatives and having inspiring, real, and of course,
gisty
conversations.
So take a deep breath,
check your pulse,
and come vibe with the G Girls. This is Studio Medicine.
So, Ozol, can I ask you a question?
Oh, yeah.
You know when you're listening to a song,
Okay.
have you ever noticed or paid attention to those little like catchy phrases or like it almost sounds like shout outs that you hear in the song? Like,
Like sound effects, kind of.
yes, like you know the artist of the song,
Yeah.
like whether that's Wizkid or like Davido or Burna Boy. But like I said, it's just those little like ad-lib sounded things. Like for example, like P, get it.
Oh, or like even one of my favorites, damn, fresh on the beat.
There's no other one above.
Damn, fresh on the bed.
Shawty want $1 million.
Oh my gosh.
yes.
You know what's crazy though? They're not just random sound effects, but those are actually producers of those hit Afrobeat songs that we're hearing. So they're literally the ones making the beats.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the beat makers, the producers.
Exactly. So for instance, Fresh, he's produced songs like Fire by Davido.
I love Fire.
Yes, even Somebody's Baby by Davido again.
And now that you're even saying that, I even think he's on Mayor Kun's song called Soldier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow.
So literally, these are the people that are making the rhythms of our heartbeat.
Nwanne, school is back in session, and you know what that means? It's time for a G Girls health check. But today, we're doing something a little different. It's going to be a G Girls health trivia. Are you ready? Get those thinking caps on. Good luck.
So I told you.
Hi, Nwanne. I'm Uzo.
And I'm Ugo.
And we are the G Girls.
Wow, we're really giving them lucky.
We're giving them twin vibes.
Twin vibes. I feel lucky is great.
Happy-go-lucky.
Yeah. We're actually going to be playing a game, specifically health trivia. Go ahead, maybe grab your notebook, put that thinking cap on, because we're going to be asking you some questions.
Let's get started.
Good luck.
Which reading is a normal blood pressure reading?
Right.
Ready? We have
Option A,
A,
which is 130 over 75.
B,
120 over 80.
or C.
90 over 130.
All right. Let's reveal the correct answer.
B is the correct answer, which is 120 over 80.
Literally. Being. So, with that being said, shall we? Fresh, what's good?
Roll the clip.
Fresh on the beat. Where it's
Come on, Thanks for having me. Man.
But my name is Uzo.
And I'm Ugo.
And I'm fresh.
And on today's episode of Studio Medicine, we have a very special, when I say multi-talented, I'm emphasizing it with all capital letters. We're here with the one and only, and only Fresh himself. Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode. So just to start off, Fresh, can you tell us a little bit about who you are? Who is Fresh as a person, and what's your story?
Okay. Damn, Fresh on the beats.
Yes,
He's an Afrobeat producer, a Togolese-born Nigerian producer that grew up in Togo with some cultures of Togo that implemented it, which is Nigerian cultures. and has this unique sound. I mean, I don't know, I guess. Then I met Dremo in Ibadan. Then we started working. David signed Dremo. Then Dremo almost left me. Then I held the shot the next day. I was like, dude, you ain't going nowhere. I'm going to phase one with you.
Yeah.
Then I went there with him. Then everything started working out from there. I started getting like to work with other artists. Then David heard my stuff. Then he was like, he needs to work with me. We did a couple songs before we got the first one that went global, Fire. So that's
Wow, that's crazy. But I think Fresh, what we want to hear from you is like sometimes people don't really know what a producer is. Are they creating beat? Are they songwriting? Or what exactly is a producer doing? So for you, what's your role as a producer?
Actually, for me, I would take my role as a producer as a kind of a midwife, like bringing up ideas from the artist and making it sound exactly like the idea he has in his head. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Then I can also say I'm a therapist. Like I'll give you an example of a song that's Soldier Boy by Mayor Kun. He came to the studio and he was like, he was telling me some tales about his relationship. Then he was like, he needs a beat, he needs this, that. I was like, all right, cool now. Let me make some emotional stuff for you. Then I did some emotional stuff. Then he poured out his mind on it. So that's why I'm like kind of a midwife and a therapist.
Yes, I love that. I love that. And so you already mentioned that you're a therapist, you make these songs specific. Sometimes they can be emotional, and then sometimes you can want to make people be happy, joyful. And so specifically when you're trying to go for that upbeat, lively song with energy, what's your process in creating that sound to make people have that feel good moment when they're hearing the song or the beats?
Basically, as an African producer, like, because I'm from like Nigeria, we are naturally happy people. So by default is happiness vibes. You always get happiness vibes, but like putting like the feelings and the stuff into it is where the challenge comes. But as a son of a pastor, and I grew up in the choir, playing keyboard and drumming and playing bass and stuff, I learned how to like infuse emotions into drums easy. So I always find like,
Yes.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay, are you in your studio right now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome. Okay, so we have challenge for you. Let me know if you can do it or not. I know. Don't fear.
Okay.
So let's say like, we're the G girls. We want to give people the ginger. We want to give people the vibes, the energy. Okay, so let's say we're telling you Fresh. We want a song. We want a beat that's really gonna. It's really gonna give the people something. Can you play something for us where you say like, this is what the G girls. This is what they want. This is something they can.
I can
vibe to.
Yo. Yeah, sure.
Can we hear? Are we able to hear?
Let me try and make you hear. Let me try and make you hear. That's nice. Let me turn the records on. Yeah. So. It's enough.
It's too much. It's too much. We love that.
That's not how I do. That's not how I do. But I just needed to play for you because, I mean,
just something.
Girls. Yes.
Oh.
So we also want to ask you, Fresh, with the popularity with Afro beats, everyone is wanting to get into Afro beats. They love the beating, they love our music, and it's becoming very mainstream. So we want to ask, since you are the one who is creating these beautiful sounds, these beautiful beats, how do you hope to use like your platform and your work to really highlight the uniqueness of our people, our culture? How do you hope to use your work and to show that?
Actually, I actually try. First and foremost, I have to actually give credit to the ones that started making Afrobeat, that made Afrobeats go global. Like the likes of them, Fela that started it, King Sonia, that gave the baton to them, the band Two Face, that giving the baton to them, David, Wiz, and Burna. Like, we have to give credit to those because those are the people that put their blood and sweat into the work that can give us, like, that can make whatever we are doing now look easy or make it seem as if it's kind of easy. But those ones are actually the ones that took it to that level. And how our music now is going, the people in the diaspora now are seeing Afrobeats as the music that is not so backlined anymore. Like, they want to hop on it, like it's something like it's kind of hot, it's like a new wave kind of stuff. And the likes of them, CK, Mayokun, they are making the Afrobeat new sound. They are taking it in a, how do I put this? They are making the Afrobeats speak more of the emotional language than the musical language. So it takes the Afrobeat, it actually makes the Afrobeat. I feel a little offended that Afrobeat is actually not yet a genre. It should actually be one, because it's getting to that stage. It shouldn't be a subgenre anymore.
Yes.
That's what I think.
Yeah. And so with that, Fresh, we want to ask you, a lot of times you work with music artists, you create these nice sounds for other people to, feel good. But we want to ask you specifically for your own self, how do you use music for your self-care, your wellness, or just your overall enjoyment? How does Fresh use music?
Well, funny enough, I actually don't use my music. The only music that I would say I kind of used for my wellness was Fire, because when I was making Fire, I was heartbroken, like my babe issues at the time. So I was heartbroken. I poured all my feelings into Fire. So when I was done making the Fire beats, I listened to the beats without the vocals, and it was giving me this you're going to be okay kind of vibes. So I was like, okay. Then that made me move on. So that's the only song I would say kind of gave me like the wellness vibes. But normally, I'm the kind of guy that I like risky stuff. I like drifting. Like, that's what makes me feel like fresh. Like bungee jumping, like weird stuff that just push my adrenaline a little.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Love that. So we lastly would just want to ask you, Fresh, if you could define health in one word, just use one word to describe health. Define health. How would you define it in one word? Use one word to define it. For you, what does health look like for you? Or what does it mean to you?
It means wellness.
Wellness. I love it.
We love that. Yeah,
Love
thank
that.
you so much. I'm trusting you. Well, before we let you Fresh, one more question though. Every producer, every artist, every musician, they have like their little hook. So how did you come up with "Damn Fresh on the Beat"? Like how did you come up with that? Like why that line?
Actually, it was Dremo that was like, I was actually going by the name Fresh Fingers because I felt my melodies were nice and stuff. But it was like, guy, you're actually fresh. Like the whole entity is fresh. Why don't you go fresh? I'm like, That's not bad.
Yeah.
Then he was like, damn, right? I was like, that was not bad. So the name came from Dremo. Then I told Leila Johnston, that's the name of the girl with the behind the tag. I told her to give me the damn in a very sexy way. I mean, in a sexy way. And she did it. Then I was like, okay, nicely.
We love it. We love it. Wow.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're honestly amazing. We're so grateful for you. Like your energy, your spirit. Like we just love you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.